In this tutorial you will learn how to adjust and import your survey coordinates into Pharoscene for the simplest registration workflow, which uses only a single ScanEye adapter and sphere. In the window on the left you can see an unregistered scene project with 6 scans that have been pre-processed to find the single ScanEye Eco 100mm spheres that were paired with each scan. On the right we have the raw survey coordinates, the ScanEye coordinate prep sheet, and a blank CSV file where we will save our adjusted coordinates for use in scene. Let's start by reading the prep sheet introduction. Welcome to the ScanEye coordinate prep sheet. We need to tidy up your coordinates a bit and add vertical offsets prior to use in registration. This spreadsheet was made to utilize the common survey format. Point name, northing, Y, easting, X, elevation, Z, point code. Because it is difficult to rename scans, it is important to use the same point name as scan number while surveying the ScanEye coordinates with a total station. It is also helpful to pair the point name of the corresponding spheres to the scan. Example: scan number 1 should have a surveyed point name 1, and the sphere should be named S1 or 101. All units should match those of the coordinate file. In the first step we must enter some variables related to our setup. The first variable is the base of the scanner to the center of the mirror. In the reference table on the right we can see that for the Pharo scanner the dimension is 135.5 mm, which is 0.444 feet. The next variable would be entered if you used a quick release between the scanner and the adapter, but since we did not use a quick release we can leave that variable as 0. The ScanEye prism to top is the vertical distance from the center of the prism to the top of the adapter. For the ScanEye Pro this distance is 40 mm, and for the Eco adapter it is 22 mm or 0.072 feet. The next number is not a variable, but simply a sum of the above values, which will be used to modify the Z height of the adapter coordinate so that it is now at the height of the mirror. The sphere vertical offset variable can be used to add an offset to a sphere if you used your own setup of a sphere with a prism mounted above or below a normal sphere. But since we used a ScanEye EcoSphere, this offset should remain 0. The scan point code variable is the survey code used for the total station shot to the ScanEye adapter or scanner, while the sphere point code is similarly the code for the ScanEye sphere. The scan name prefix variable is simply the prefix of the scan name as recorded by the scanner. The default for Pharo scanners is the word scan, but if you used a different prefix please enter it here. The last two variables are used to truncate large coordinates by subtracting the input values for X and Y, but if your survey coordinate values are small you can leave this number as 0. It is highly recommended to truncate large coordinates before using Pharoscene. In step 2 we can copy-paste the raw survey coordinates into tab S2. Please note that additional extraneous information like headers and other notes should be removed from the raw coordinates prior to this step. In the last 2 steps you simply push the button to calculate the final coordinates in tab 3, then copy them to our blank CSV file. Save the CSV file, then import them into Pharoscene. In Pharoscene each sphere that was found needs to be renamed to match its corresponding surveyed reference point name. In the final step we can perform a target-based registration, but we must check the checkboxes labeled Find Correspondences for Scan Positions and Force Correspondences by Manual Target Names. It may not be possible to use points for validation if your scans have little overlap. This error is normal for this workflow, but it has no impact on the registration.